Hello, welcome to Podcassidy number 2. I don't have a full intro yet. It will come. But we are here with my favorite tennis player in the entire world, Syrena Williams. I am so thankful that she took time out of her very busy schedule to join us today. Syrena Williams, anything you would like to say to your adoring fans?
I'm here. I don't normally do live streams. It's my first one ever, so let's get it.
Yeah. Super excited to have you here. As everyone probably knows, you and I have been friends for quite a while now. It's been quite a few months of us conversing pretty much every single day. So it feels like this has been a long time coming.
Oh, yeah.
So why don't you tell us about your work? Because you don't really talk about that. All you do is post memes.
Yes. The reason why I don't talk much about it is because I am a government contractor, so I can't really get too specific on what I do. So you'll just get a brief statement, which is I am a multimedia designer for the government, specifically the Army, and I work in training support. So I make like videos, simulations, graphics, different kind of training stuff. And that's about all I can say.
Okay. So with this super secret work that you do, I obviously assume now that is for either the FBI or the CIA. That is all that one can assume. What goes into the creative process of creating work for the FBI or the CIA? What does your process look like?
So there's a lot of different legalities, specifically not just government, but as a contractor. Now, my specific office, we are request-based, so we'll get clients who need like a video or simulation or whatever type of training. So what they'll do, we have an RFS, which is basically request for services. My boss will go through it, and it's basically just a form saying, what do you need? Who is it for? What branch are you? Different stuff like that. And then once they get that down, they'll work on like a timeline and who's going to be doing what. And then they'll choose someone else within our office to be the point of contact. And then they'll work with us and we'll coordinate it however we need to, whether it's first getting a meeting with the client to go over the specific details. And then once we hammer that stuff out, then we start actually doing the work.
Okay. All right. I hear you. So if that's the case, what is the best part of that? And then what is like the worst part of working for the government?
So for me specifically, because government, there's so many different branches, so many different people, so it's different depending on where you work. But for me, I would say the best part is whenever I'm doing filming and it's actual in-person filming, so I get to play with all the cool equipment. So that's always fun. Mm-hmm. I haven't been in a helicopter yet. I'm waiting for that. I really want to. Don't know if they'll ever let me, but I'm hoping it'll happen. The worst part is, especially now with so many cuts going on, there's a lot of issues, whether it's getting equipment, which is what my main office is here for, is to provide training and try and make it engaging whenever equipment's not available. And then the other parts is it's hard getting clients to be able to meet with us when we need them to, because again, they're so busy and with so many cuts, they have to fill in other people's positions because they're not there to do it. So it can be a very long process a lot of times.
So with these cuts, are there things that you have had to take on that are outside of like what you are typically doing or what you would, normally like to be doing in your role?
So that's another thing with contractors is contractors ran in a specific way. And most of the time, at least in my experience, and my dad has also been on the contracting side of government, is that they normally don't put additional responsibilities as needed. So I am bound by what is in my contract. And legally, I cannot be told or even volunteer to do stuff outside of that. So for me, no.
Oh, that's crazy, actually. Because I've worked with a lot of I told you before, like most of my recruiting experiences with agencies. So a lot of contract work that I was filling people for, and pretty much anything that the client wanted them to do, they would do. So I find that literally crazy that you are bound by that and can't do things outside of that. So you can't even like volunteer to do it if you wanted to?
No. No, sometimes. So I don't know if my contract got written differently because now I'm with a different company, same position. But before there was no marketing included in it. But honestly, I come from a marketing background, so I'll just happen to overhear some discussions on that, and I'll just provide some input and push them a certain way.
Gotcha. So basically you do it without legally doing it.
Exactly. Loopholes. There's
I
leave
hear
no
you.
tail.
I
Real
get
quick,
you.
so Florence Thompson asked about simulations. So they are virtual. They're kind of like video game type stuff, but we are hoping to go into AR VR so you can actually physically have equipment without having equipment. Because again,
Okay.
equipment is very expensive and a lot of it is old and broken. So when that's not available, that's why we want to break into AR.
Okay, I gotcha. So as far as the graphic design that you have created, is there anything that you would want to create that you haven't had the opportunity? If you could make any sort of graphic for the government, what would you make?
Ooh, that is a good one. Um, Honestly, I'm happy with what I'm doing right now. So we might have to come back to that question and I come back to it with the actual answer. And also, Aaron, that is not true. That is just an image that is not real. I am not legally bound by that.
Yeah, Aaron says that you allowed him to deface government property by putting faces on Mount Rushmore. Why would you allow him to do that?
I didn't allow him. He did not run that by me. I just want to say that.
My favorite part about that was the fact that there were more heads on Mount Rushmore, Mount LinkedIn, maybe, than there actually are on Mount Rushmore. All right, so I did ask you to prepare some of your favorite graphic designs to show to us because I know that graphic design is a passion of yours. I'm sure you are very much in love with Comic Sans and MS Paint and all of that.
You did
ready?
about paint, but one of my favorite ads that I've ever seen was a giant billboard of a company looking for a graphic designer to fill their role, and they usually use paint say need designer.
I love that. I mean, it works because you remember it for sure.
Oh yeah.
Do you feel ready for me to pull up your portfolio? Do you want to show us your favorite designs?
So we can absolutely look at it, and I'll actually let you guys choose because I have so much stuff that I can't pick which one's my favorite.
All right, perfect. I have added it, but you gotta control it.
All right. All right, so if anyone wants to look at any specific folder, feel free to shout it out. I'll go ahead and say what each of these is. So ACL Airshop, very first job out of college, which is air cargo. GCSU is the college I went to, and just some sports stuff for my first big team that I made. And motion graphics is my freelancing / products that I've sold in the past. Making Mayhem is a semi-pro hockey team I entered for. Maybomb Real Estate. Personal projects is just fun little stuff I did on the side when I'm bored. We can skip photography because I didn't really do anything with that. And Soul to Soul is also another internship. So if there's any that any of you watching right now really want to see, just let me know and I'll pull it up. Otherwise, I'll give it to Cassie and see what she wants to see first.
Obviously, I want to see the personal, fun ones that you have made. I don't care about the professional ones. I want to see the fun ones.
All right, I'll do one of the first ones I edited when I really got into like photo manipulation, if I can find it, which is self-portrait.
Ooh,
Yeah,
I remember you posting that one. So how long did it take you to make that?
Oh man, if I can even remember. Not too terribly long. So I basically, if you guys even really care about my process, but I basically just made 2 copies of myself. I just went around and did an outline. And on the second one, I just desaturated it, turned it black and white, and just added line details to it. That's basically all I did, and erased some of it so the real me is showing through. If I had to guess, because I don't honestly remember, probably 30 or so minutes. And for most of my designs, it usually doesn't take too long because once I'm in it, nothing else exists. I'm in focus mode. All right, so let's see.
So if you were to make that one again today, so how long ago did you make that?
Sophomore year of college, so maybe about 7 or 8 years ago.
If you were to remake it today, do you feel that there are changes that you would make now that you have like developed your skills thus far?
For that specific one, probably not, honestly. That one I'm still very much proud of. Looks like we have very first job out of college.
We have some requests. Bill said, let's see that real estate, and Vance said, can we see a simulation if you have one?
So unfortunately, these simulations I've only done for my current job, and I do not have that on here. It is on my government system, and I am legally not allowed to show anyone. So unfortunately, you will not be able to see that. But I can at least show you the other ones. But yeah, so here's some for Shelby for my first job out of college. Let's see, which one do I really like? This one honestly was a fun one to do. A little Easter basket for Easter, social media graphic.
Yeah.
That one's always a good one. And this one was pretty popular among the CEO and my boss.
That's cool. I like that one.
Thank you, thank you. That was my little brainchild, so I got to go crazy with it. I loved it. All right, and next is real estate. All right. This one was a fun little quick one that I made for an event. Let me zoom in some. Ooh, too much.
No.
Oh yeah, just different events. That one. So for the real estate company, it was like request based for the realtors that worked for the company. So flyers for houses or events that the realtors did and different stuff like that, or social media graphics and pamphlets and brochures and stuff. And that was a fun little job. What else? Do we have any more? Any more requests?
Vance wants to know if the simulation works the same as video game design.
So the simulation for us is the same thing as video game type of design. I will say that it's not something that is like official right now. It's more of what we're hoping to get into and slowly are getting into, and we're kind of in the proof of concept phase. So we have very basic designs right now that we're working on just to kind of show people what we're capable of and hoping to someday get a budget for that type of stuff. Obviously, that's not going to happen right now because we have no money currently for many different reasons. But yeah, so basically simulation video game design is the same thing when I talk about it, at least for now.
Gotcha. So, if we're going to design a video game for the government, what kind of game are we going to make? Is it going to be like, what kind of simulators can we make for the government? We can
For
teach
us
them.
as training support specialists, it's the same thing as our idea for the AR VR type stuff where
Oh no, Syrena, you cut out.
the other thing is the specific branch of army that we are is cyber and signal, which is not infantry, so they're not going out into the battlefield and fighting, right? It's just mainly working on equipment and computer systems. So ours is heavily focused on how to work the different equipment.
Gotcha. I had someone pitch slap me the other day because we all love pitch slaps. And it was for almost a training simulation for like forklift driving, maintenance, like manufacturing type roles. And it really blew my mind because why are you going to train on the computer, not on the actual thing for something like that? But I can see how a simulation like that would be useful as compared to, on the job training in some other industries. Do you have other designs that you want to show us?
I mean, my personal projects honestly are always my favorite, obviously, because I could just go crazy with it.
But, obviously. I
like
the one that you scrolled past where your head was like split in half.
Yes. Oh, this one right here?
Yeah, the Halloween one. I like that one.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
All right, what else do we got? This one always a favorite too. Of course, anything Halloween.
That's awesome. Hell yeah.
And my favorite also is this one right here, where I'm just peeking through.
Yeah. You're just peeking from the eye of the pumpkin, the jack-o'-lantern. Yeah, those are awesome. You always make holiday profile pictures. It's been a minute since you made one.
It has. Yeah, I mean,
was New Year's the last one you made, or?
Yeah, I think New Year's was. I mainly just do it for the big holidays, the smaller ones I only do them for. Mainly because there's a lot more creativity. Like obviously for Halloween, I made myself a skeleton. And Halloween, I mean, you can literally be anything, and it could be called Halloween. But yeah, so those are my favorites. So unless anyone else wants to see any of the others, we can move on to something else or whatever.
Wait, stop. The one of you coming out the portal is crazy.
Oh, yeah. Also a good one.
Have you ever played Portal?
I have not, but I know what it is.
Oh, Portal is so good. Portal 2 is even better. All right. Perfect. So, when it comes to graphic design and you see graphic designs that other people make, what do you consider to be like a crime? Like when you see it on someone else's, you're like, I can't believe they did that.
So one of my biggest things is using patterns as backgrounds. So I don't mind patterns in a general sense, but when they're super high contrast and then you just throw a bunch of stuff on it, I'm like, I'm not going to do that. It's going to give me a headache. Like I think that for me is probably the biggest one. And then another big one for me is for like social media graphics or like flyers when they just overload it with like an entire page worth of text. I'm like, no one's going to read it. Like, you're supposed to get our attention and tell us exactly what this is for. I'm not reading all that.
I'm not going to lie. As soon as you said patterns, my mind immediately went to the one time I was making a post for my company, and I sent it to you. And it had a pattern.
Yes, yes. I will try and be as nice as I can, but if you send me a whole bunch of texts, I will immediately say, get rid of that.
You should have just been like, Cassidy, that's awful. Get rid of that.
Look,
That's
I
crazy.
try. My expertise is in design. I don't want to come across as an expert because I know there's a lot more to learn, but certain things, no.
So, as a graphic designer, how do you feel when you come across like the AI generated designs? Do you feel
Honestly,
any type of way about that, or?
I'm kind of in the middle when it comes to AI. I mean, obviously, I'm a digital nomad, so I'm used to technology. I rely a lot on it. Now, I also know how to get around without it, but
Yeah, you youngin.
it says the one that's there only, what, 2 or 3 years older than me?
Yeah.
But I mean, I actually use AI a lot for my job. I used to be learning innovation branch, but we recently went under a little bit of a change. Now we're AI and enhanced learning, so we make a bunch of videos with AI, which obviously helps
Mm-hmm.
because again, we're limited on resources. So you have to do what you gotta do, right? Um,
Gotcha. Yep.
So I don't mind it because it is very useful, especially when again you're limited on resources. It's a great tool. At the same time, obviously being a designer, I take pride in my work. So when someone just creates a quick graphic and like I don't know, sells it for like $500, I'm like really? Like you didn't do anything.
Mm-hmm. Selling it is crazy. Oh my
Yeah.
god. There are people that call themselves like AI artists
Yeah,
and
you're not.
literally like prompt their way
Like,
to a
I'm
piece
sorry,
of
you're not an
work.
artist. I will not budge on that. If you use AI and you don't make any edits to it whatsoever, you're not an artist. I'm sorry.
No,
Maybe
literally.
a prompt engineer, yes, but an artist, no.
Yeah, prompting can be a skill in itself, but it's not artistic. um,
Jason
but
likes my voice. I'm glad you like my voice, Jason, because I certainly don't. So I appreciate that. But story time isn't my forte, unfortunately. But tell you what, I'll even offer to use voice clone of me reading a story for you.
so if you were to read a good night story, a bedtime story to Aaron's son, what would you be reading? What is your go-to bedtime story?
Hmm. Not gonna lie, I'm not a big reader. It's not my favorite thing. Oh gosh.
Not even children's books when you were a child?
I mean, my very first one was Good Night Moon, so I
That's what
guess
came to
we'll go
mind.
with that one.
That's what came to mind for me. That's what I would have said.
So hopefully, Good Night Moon is a good one because that's really all I got.
Mm-hmm. All right. All right. All right. So now we need to talk about the elephant in the moon. In the moon. The elephant in the room. Memes, obviously,
Yeah.
because that's what we both do so much of. What makes a good meme, in your opinion? When you are scrolling through and looking for things to post, what makes you say, yes, I need to share this right now?
I mean, I have a very wide range of humor that I like. I like childlike humor, I like dad jokes, I like darker humor. So for me, I don't really choose based on what I like. I try and do stuff that I think other people will like. So obviously, stuff that's more relatable, especially
Mm-hmm.
because I always think about like learn to laugh at yourself, not take life seriously, you know. So I like the more relatable ones.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I definitely agree. That's something I look for when I go to post. But My number one is it has to make me laugh. I have to find it funny. If I don't find it funny or hilarious, it doesn't get shared.
By the way, sorry to interrupt, but little Nunchi here didn't want to miss out on the action. So
that is not an interruption at all. Star of the show.
It's not that.
Doesn't Nunchi know some tricks?
She knows a bunch of tricks, but considering I'm talking to all of you guys, she's gonna be very distracted. So probably wouldn't listen.
What tricks does she know, though?
Of course, she knows the basics. Knows sit and lay down, but she knows how to shake. She knows how to spin around.
Stop.
Yes. What else does she know? So some of my favorites. One, she'll do like touch. So if I hold this hand out and say touch, she'll boop her nose. I do it on this side, she'll boop that one. And then I point this way and say left, and she'll walk around me from the left side. Right, she'll go the other way, and then through, she'll go through my legs. So she's a smart one.
I am not. I typically am not a dog person. I like dogs, but I'm more of a cat person. But Nunchi, I make an exception for. Nunchi, I very much love.
I don't blame you. She's pretty great.
Mickey knows tricks too. She knows eat. When I bring out the treats. And she also knows eat at exactly 5 p.m. Eastern every day. Because that's when she gets fed.
Yeah, you know, my dog also knows bedtime. As soon as it hits 8 o'clock, she'll be dead asleep and then immediately wake up. I'm like, how do you know? Speaking of which, where is Mickey?
I don't know. I have started keeping the minnows just at my desk now for her. Now that I'm actively streaming, I have to keep it with her food, but since I need to bring her over here so often, she was bugging me right before. Here she comes. Mickey, come up here. Look at her.
Yay!
Mickey. She loves it when I do that.
Mm-hmm. I can tell. She looks
as long as I give her treats afterwards.
Okay.
And there she goes, stealing the minnow and walking away. But at least she came out and was seen. I was able to use her for content. Oh, and now she's back.
Oh,
I know. She has a very bad habit of when I am on a work call of popping up and showing her whole butthole to my entire team. So normally when I'm working, I have to leave her out of the office now, unfortunately, because she's a hoe and can't contain herself.
Well, I mean, on the bright side for a live stream, she's great for content.
She is great for content. And if nothing else, if people don't want to sponsor me, I think they'll want to sponsor Mickey. So she's the true co-host here. And you know what? I bet between you and me and Mickey and Nunchi, we could make a really good, like, what are those shows called? With the sitcoms. We could make a sitcom.
We absolutely should. What do you think, Nunchi? She's over here on her chair.
Oh, stop!
What do you think, Nunchi? You want your own sitcom? Yeah?
So we're going to have to put some more thought into that and how we want to go about that.
All right, I'll get on it.
We might have to make some magic happen in that way. So I also want to pick your brain because as a fellow meme lady, I am sure that you have also experienced that the best part of posting the meme is the comments that you get underneath them. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely.
Like, I love sharing the memes, but the comments that people leave underneath it make it so much funnier. and so much better that is truly what like drives me to continue posting them.
Yeah, and not gonna lie, well, I love when people, especially our network, because you guys are amazing, just keep on adding on to it and making it a whole story. I also
Yep.
love when trolls come in or LinkedIn police come in and I just start messing with them. I'm like, you're driving my engagement and you're making the story even better.
Yeah, I really love when people are like, why is this on LinkedIn? Well, considering you commented on it, it's going to keep showing up on your feed. Like,
But you know what? I think my favorite still to this day when I pretended that LinkedIn had the new feature of what voice text or whatever.
yeah,
And the guy's like, that is false. I'm like, did you turn your volume up? Like, I always have it up full blast.
yeah,
Like, did you try restarting your computer? I'm like, this guy just still doesn't get it.
yeah. Yeah, for context, Syrena had made a post saying that LinkedIn now had voice notes available with like an arrow and like a line and made it kind of look like a voice note, even though everyone knows it's not. And this guy was taking it so serious. He's like, no, it doesn't.
He's like, I kicked it 3 times and nothing happened. I'm like, turn up your volume.
You are like the ultimate troll, I swear, Syrena, because I am pretty good about like responding to those comments that are like, why is this on LinkedIn? Because I posted it and we're on LinkedIn. But you take it to a whole nother level. Like the way that you mess with people on here like blows me away.
I mean, I've learned over the past few years, especially, that you can throw a bunch of logic and they're not going to listen. So I'm like, might as well have fun with it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the way I see it too. Like whenever people leave those comments that's like, this is not Facebook or whatever, do you follow me? Probably not. So you probably don't know the context behind what I post or anything about me. And you look foolish. That's how I do it.
It's even funnier when there's already a ton of comments of people joking. I'm like, did you not read the other comments at all?
Yeah.
Like, obviously it's a joke.
Bill said his response to this is not Facebook is because I felt like it, or why did you post this on LinkedIn?
Maybe even played down. I was like, wait, it's not? Oh my god, thank you so much. I was so scared when I found out. Thank you. I'll post it to Facebook.
I think one of my favorite responses I've ever seen to that was someone had posted and they were like, is this LinkedIn or Facebook or something along those lines? And Yuli had responded and was like, I don't know, check the URL and see what it says.
That's awesome.
It was so good. All right. So, in talking about memes, do you have a favorite one? Do you have a favorite meme, a favorite reaction? Do you have a favorite pop culture moment that you like that has turned into a meme?
Honestly, no. I like them all. I really do. I'm not picky.
I like them all. All right. Well, I don't know because you seem to use the kill it with fire quite often.
Oh, I do like that one. That one's a classic.
All right. Let's see. We have seen a lot of people get banned recently or lose access to their accounts on LinkedIn. What would you do if you woke up tomorrow and you no longer had access?
I would just make a new account and then just start harassing the people of LinkedIn. Like, hey, what the hell?
You got emails on emails on emails?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I had asked you all the questions I had, and we're at 34 minutes, so we're gonna have to fill it up here with some other stuff.
Well, then in that case, you want to do some Ask Us Anything? And I do mean anything. And Cassie has to.
Anything? Syrena, what are your hobbies? Tell the people your hobbies outside of memeing.
I am a big hiker, nature fan, especially in the mountains. That's my go-to. And then my other one, honestly, is just chilling at home with my pup. And that's honestly
Your pup.
it.
What do you do when you're chilling at home? That is so vague.
Just watching TV. That's honestly.
Well, what do you watch?
So I just finished the last season of The Boys.
We just finished that.
Yeah.
2 days ago, something like that. We just finished it. It was a decent ending.
I mean, I was satisfied.
Yeah.
Other favorite is Ted Lasso, which I am so happy is coming back because I was afraid it wasn't going to. So very happy about that. The Challenge. I have a love-hate
relationship. Challenge?
So it's a reality competition show where they literally do challenges, whether it's physical, mental, gross, like eating really spicy food or really gross food and stuff like that. But it's entertaining, but it also gets my blood boiling a lot. So just be warned if you decide to start watching it.
Well, you know me, and sounds like that probably will not be something I will be watching. But that is good to know. I do like some reality shows. I haven't watched any in quite some time. I think the last one I watched was the Beast Games, Mr. Beast Games, and it was because it was on in the lobby of the emergency dentist that I went to.
I started watching that, but I stopped when I found out some information about Mr. Beast himself that I just didn't agree with. So I'm like, out of principle, I'm not watching his stuff anymore.
I get it. There's a lot. There's a lot of context there. Laura asked what your favorite song of the moment is.
Yes. So I actually just discovered this one the other day. I actually found it on Instagram. Let me pull it up.
Ooh.
It is called Step Into Your Power. And I feel like I'm going to butcher this name. Manifesteca.
Mm-hmm.
Some random one I actually found on Instagram, but it's very good. So I recommend it.
Nice. Very nice. I never have songs like top of mind that are my favorite. I just have like a bunch of songs that play and I'm like, I really like this one. This one's my favorite. And then I'll hear another one. I'll be like, oh, actually that one's my favorite.
Oh yeah, mine always changes based on what I'm
So what genre is it?
Shoot, actually it's like pop alternative. I always get it alternative mixed up with other stuff. I never know what category it falls into, but
it's okay.
In general, I listen to just about anything except for country. I do not like country music.
I can agree with that. Jeff wants to know what's the weirdest thing you've seen while hiking. I also want to know that. That's a good question.
Weirdest thing. I wouldn't say I've really seen anything weird that, at least weird enough that I can remember. But one thing I did find cool, but also a little spooky, is the last time I went to Arizona, me and my dad went hiking and went into a cave, and we saw an exoskeleton of a Gila monster.
Of a what?
Gila monster. They're like big lizard things that are like really aggressive.
Oh. That's kind of scary. Yeah, I am not a hiker. I have gone hiking once. In I think it was the Rocky Mountains. It was at the Rocky Mountain National Park. in Colorado, and I learned that I am low key like afraid of mountains. I don't like how permanent they are. You know what I mean? The fact that they're just like always there.
I mean, I don't know what you mean because I love them.
It's just the fact that you look in a direction and you see a mountain, and it's just always there. That doesn't sit right with me.
We'll tell you
So
what. You go hiking with me, and I'll convert you into a hiker.
I don't see that happening, Syrena. We already talked about this. First of all, Georgia is way too hot.
I didn't say Georgia, okay? I would not tell you to come hiking in Georgia, okay? Let me just get that straight. We would go somewhere much cooler like Utah. Love Utah. I will take you to Zion National Park, and you're going to love it.
I don't know how much I can love Utah. I know a couple things about about the state.
Okay,
Not a fan of them.
That specific thing, Utah as a place, beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I would not mind living there if it wasn't so expensive.
I get you. All right. We had I thought I saw a question in here. Oh yeah.
Well,
Michael asked what your favorite. Huh?
I said Elena says country music is the best. You do you, I guess. I disagree, but that's fine.
I will admit I do like some Carrie Underwood. And that's pretty much it.
I used to listen to a couple songs mainly for the lyrics, not music itself, but I am no longer a fan of her as a person. I'll just say that.
Oh God, that means that there's something that I don't know about her.
Look, I'm not one to shame people, so I will text you once we're done with this.
Yeah, it's okay. You don't have to say it, but you and I know each other well enough where if you don't mess with someone for a certain reason, I probably also would not mess with them for the same reason.
I know for sure that once you find out, you'll see why.
Michael wants to know what your favorite literary character is. Who your favorite literary character is, I should say.
I would say probably Katniss Everdeen. She's just a badass.
Ooh, that's a good answer.
Right? A badass fighting against the man. Let's go. Women power.
Mm-hmm.
What about you?
That is a good question. I haven't read a book in so long, or even really thought about it. I would have to go with. Let's see, who causes chaos? I like Junie B. Jones. She's cool. I like the chaos that she causes. Can I go with Junie B. Jones as a 29-year-old woman as my favorite literary character?
I mean, it is a character, so I say it counts.
All right. We also got favorite foods. What are your favorite foods, Syrena? I have so many.
I do enjoy a good burger. Pretty simple. I eat a lot of ramen. Don't ask me how much. I will not say. I really do like Korean fusion. Like there's a Korean fusion place here in Augusta that is amazing. And I am so glad that it's not too close to me or else I would be in trouble.
Yeah. How do you rate the restaurant that we went to in Chicago to the places over there?
Oh, I mean, there's no competition because I'm going to be honest with you. Other than the Korean fusion place I love, there's not a whole lot here. We have mostly chains. We have McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, and Waffle House.
Mm-hmm. I gotcha. I've never been to Waffle House.
I mean, it's good for fast food, but why? I think the main reason it's so popular here is because it's good for what it is, and they're always open.
Yeah, that's fair. I equate them to like a Denny's, but we don't even have Denny's over here anymore. They shut down all the Denny's around me.
You know what we don't have? We don't have Shake Shack. We don't have Steak and Shake. Like those two, I feel like would do really well here, but we don't have it. Same thing with Jack in the Box. We don't have Jack in the Box in Augusta.
We have Shake Shack and we have Steak and Shake. We didn't have them. I didn't have them around me when I was growing up around Detroit. But now that I've moved, like, I don't know, 45 minutes away from Detroit, like I have them in this area. But yeah, we just got a Chick-fil-A, which replaced the Denny's, and I am mad about that because I would much rather go to a Denny's than a Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, I mean, for me, so Chick-fil-A is not bad, but it's extremely overhyped, especially in the South. Like, I don't know if you heard, but here they like to call it the Lord's calories. And I didn't realize that the Lord ate fried chicken, but whatever.
The Lord's calories is
Yeah,
crazy.
I thought it was a joke
that.
because the first time I heard it was from my teammate back in high school, and then I heard her mom say it, and her mom doesn't make jokes like that. I'm like, oh, you are serious.
No, that's insane.
Yeah. Like, look, good for them on sticking to the morals and being loyal to their religion, but the Lord's calories?
That's crazy. What do they call Hobby Lobby? The Lord's craft place?
Probably.
The Lord's, I don't know what would be a better word for craft place.
The Lord's studio.
Yeah. I have Raising Cane's in my DoorDash cart right now. They recently opened a Raising Cane's over here. That shit's good. Like, I was so shocked. So Michigan is up and coming with some restaurants. Oh, and Syrena, remember how when we went to Chicago, my husband was like, we gotta go to Portillo's because we don't have one over here. All this stuff. There is one about half hour away from us. Opened 2 years ago.
I have no words.
It's like 10 minutes from my grandma's.
I mean, did he ever look it up to see?
Nope, sure didn't. He just said, we don't have Portillo's here in Michigan, so we have to go there when we go to Chicago. And then I forget what it was. I think when we were on the way back, had looked it up or whatever it was. And I was like, there's one right here. Literally right here. So we haven't gone to that one yet, but now that I went to the one in Chicago, we might have to because that was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I really liked those fries, and the what was it? A sausage I ate. I don't know what you want to call it.
Jordan says that we can count on to find dessert, and honestly, same.
Yep.
I've got a sweet tooth, so you better believe I'm gonna be looking for some dessert.
Dessert's my favorite. You and I have the same favorite dessert, ice cream.
Yes. I kid you not, it can be -20 and I can still go for some ice cream. But to be fair, I'm not planning on eating it outside. I'm gonna be inside where it's warm. So just want to put that out there.
Yeah. I'm obsessed. I love ice cream. I can't help it. It is my kryptonite. And even when I don't have it available in the freezer, like something just doesn't feel right within me. I don't feel at peace when it's not like accessible to me.
Right?
Do you understand what I mean?
Yes, I do. Because even if I'm not in the mood for ice cream, if I have none, like that's not an option, then I'm heartbroken.
Yeah. See, Syrena, this is why we are such good friends.
Yep.
Same wavelength. Do you have a favorite flavor of ice cream? Have we talked about that before?
I feel like we probably have, honestly. But honestly, I like chocolate. It's pretty basic, but I love it. But there is a local ice cream shop just like 10 minutes from me. They're always swapping out different flavors and they make their own. But the one that I wish they would keep on the menu, I forget the name of it, but it's like chocolate with some, I think it's dark chocolate actually, with some caramel swirls in it. That is delicious.
Ooh, that sounds good.
I think it's called like Midnight River or something like that, but it's so good.
Mm-hmm. There's usually some ice cream here. I forget what company makes it. It's like a Michigan company, but they have one. It's called like Michigan Pothole or whatever it is. It's like chocolate ice cream, a whole bunch of stuff mixed in it. Because that's pretty much all they fill in our potholes with is Oreo crumbs and a whole bunch of shit.
Oh my gosh, yeah, they usually will dump like sand or just put a metal plate over our potholes.
Yeah, there's this one spot on the road near me where like it has slowly been sinking, and then they keep filling it, and then it continues to slowly sink, and then they fill it, and then continues to slowly sink, and it has been that way since I moved out here, which was it's 2026. God, I've been living here for like 10 years. That's crazy. Aaron, I already showed my cat. You missed it. I can try to bring her back because car-based infrastructure isn't sustainable. No, we need to have we need to invest more into public transport, and we need people to be more accepting of it. Because if people would actually use it, then we would invest into it more, and it would be better. Do you know how many people? That's another big thing. Like while I'm recruiting too, there's so many people that can't like make it to work because the bus schedule doesn't work with the work schedule. Mm-hmm. And if more people would invest into public transportation and actually use it, then we would work on it and make it more available.
Yeah, Augusta doesn't have a bus system here
at all.
No.
That is sad. That's crazy to me because even like the small suburbs and whatnot have like bus systems out here.
Yeah, not here. Okay. I've seen a couple taxis here and there, but I've only ever seen them on post.
Mm-hmm. Taxis are crazy. Yeah, they have some cool names around here. We got smart buses. We got the Ride is the name of the other bus system. And then what's the third one? I think the third one is just like I forget what it's called, but they have some cool names. So yeah, Augusta needs to invest in that. It's some BS. Yeah, land use in the U.S. needs improving so it's more walkable and easier to serve with transit. Yep. We're talking about peppermint ice cream. I don't like peppermint ice cream. My coffee this morning was peppermint.
I don't like mint for the most part, except for Thin Mints. I can throw down with Thin Mints.
What about York peppermint patties?
No. Not my thing.
That doesn't make sense. That makes no sense to me.
I mean, they're not terrible, but they're just a little bit too minty for me because I don't like mint, period. But Thin Mints, because it's so subtle, I don't mind it.
Yeah, I guess I can see that. I don't know. My favorite Girl Scout cookie are the Do-si-dos, the peanut butter cookies with the peanut butter filling. Mm. Those are my favorite. I haven't gotten Girl Scout cookies in quite some time. It's been a couple years. Yeah. But part of that is because I no longer leave the house since I work from home.
I wish I always had the option because telework is not in my contract. So even during the government shutdown, when nobody was there, I still had to go in. and remind everyone that I'm request based. And if there's no one there, there's no requests. So that was fun.
Yeah, I can't even explain like how much peace of mind working from home has brought me. Like just the time that I have available in my life. I would not be able to post all the memes I am posting if I had to go into the office every day. So I think you need to tell your company that you need to work into your contract that you need to work from home because the people LinkedIn need your memes.
Yes, I will get right on that.
Because without you posting memes, what are the people of LinkedIn to do?
Right? And the other thing that doesn't make sense is that we have other contractors in our office. They used to be on the same contract as us, but they got moved. But even then, they still have the option to work from home. Like, what about us?
But you don't.
Yeah.
Make it make sense.
Yeah. Like, I wouldn't mind hybrid because obviously, whenever we film, we have to be in person. But everything else I can do at home.
Yep. I know. Like, as a recruiter, the only thing that I wish that I could do in person would be to go and see the plant myself, like with my eyes. But you know, they're in different states. It's not like I can drive there. So, yeah, it is what it is. I pray that one day you are going to get to work from home and that you are going to have a great job and you're not going to be working for the dumb government. Not that the government is dumb. I would never say that. Never, ever.
It has its benefits, but it's a little dumb.
Yeah. Well, I know you know this. I don't know who else knows this, but the company that I do social media for, their main client is a government contractor. Like it's literally the Michigan Department of Correction. So I know a little bit about what it's like working with the government, just as one of their vendors. It's not great.
Yeah, no. As you probably figured out, it is a slow and overcomplicated process, even for the most simple things.
Yep. And I think that we have seen that pretty much everywhere. Everywhere where the government is involved.
Yes. Like, I'm all for security, but for social media graphic, I don't think we need to go through 10 million hoops.
I know. Do you? So, sorry, one more question about this now. When you make your designs, do you have to go through an approval process? Or when you make the design, is it like good?
So, I don't necessarily have to do it. It's just more just like a procedural thing for my office. So, once we make a design, we'll send it up the chain, aka my supervisor. He'll spot check it, send it to the client, and the client approves it, and then we're good to go.
Okay.
So when it comes to that, it's not too terrible.
Mm-hmm.
But anything bigger than that, that's not just for one client, but it's for like army wide or something, then there's going to be a lot more to the process.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. That is one thing that I am very, very thankful and grateful for. In my social media role is the fact that they don't have like an approval process necessarily. Like I don't have to get it approved by my manager or anything. I just post. So I do see a lot of posts from other people working in social media or graphic design that run into the issue of needing to wait for approval on things.
Mm-hmm.
So we are at our last minute or so. What are your closing thoughts? What are your thoughts for the experience that you have had on the Podcassidy 2 Electric Boogaloo today?
When's the next one?
The next one specifically with you, or the next Podcassidy?
I mean, for me, obviously.
For you, I don't know. I'll send you the link and you can sign up.
All right.
But the next Podcassidy will be tomorrow. I have made a schedule for it. Wednesdays and Fridays at 8 p.m. Eastern, and then Sundays at 4 p.m. Eastern. But tomorrow is a special for Memorial Day, obviously. Max and I are doing a 2-hour special. We call it the Switch Chat Show. So I will be doing Podcassidy from 8 to 9 tomorrow, and he'll be on it. And then I will be on his show from 9 to 10 tomorrow. Ooh. So lots of good stuff coming. But yeah, this was fantastic. We will absolutely have you back because you are my fellow meme lady. So we'll definitely make it work.
Well, I am so in.
Perfect. Well, thank you everyone for joining. I appreciate it. And I hope to see you all here again tomorrow. Have a great night.
Bye, everyone.